Hey guys, me Julz again. Yeah, just like last time, you're gonna have to turn the volume up if you want to hear me. I'm sorry. Once I fix my software, I will pretty much use a different camera, not the one in my laptop. So anyway, thank you for joining me again, Julz321, for another review of Young Justice. Episode 7 of Season 2, Depth. Pretty much a very appropriate name for the episode, because we're really going in depth into the plot with all of these twists and going in deeper into Connor and Megan's relationship, or the awkwardness of emanating from their breakup. Pretty much it's revealed as to why Connor broke up with Megan, but I'll explain that later. Okay, for the oh my gosh kind of thing, where I just freak out about how cute something is, I just have to say, Connor is adorable, and he's so cute when he had to put on, when he had to wear his dad's uniform. He hates that stuff, and like he said, he hates monkey suits. He does not like capes. He prefers his signature shirt. Oh my gosh, I just had to lol about that. I just had to. And apparently every single time those two are alone together, Megan and Connor, obviously we're gonna dip into their relationship. We are seriously going to dip into this awkwardness all the time, and apparently they did, and it reveals as to what happened between the two. It's like, wow. So Megan has been putting people into a vegetable-like state longer than we've seen, even before she and Connor broke up. And in fact, it was the very reason, because she was abusing her power and making, even though they were criminals, it's still creepy. And apparently I could see it from Connor's standpoint. And she's doing this because she thinks it's right. The information she gets is helping the League, helping the world, but still, it's scary. It kind of reminds me like Sam Winchester from Supernatural. When he was drinking demon blood so that way he could pull demons out of people's body using his psychic powers because he knew it was right and it made him stronger. But at the same time, it was wrong because it was corrupting him. And apparently it became harder to trust him. Same with Megan. She's pulling out information from people's minds, but at the cost of putting those people into a vegetable-like state. And it is scary as to how she's doing it, and how she's doing it so easily, like it's nothing. And she's doing this because she thinks it's right, but at the same time, the whole thing, good intentions, bad method thing. She has the good intentions, but she is doing this all wrong. It's almost as if she's going dark side or something. And I don't mean the character, I just mean the metaphor. And also, I could totally understand why Connor had to break up with Megan. I mean, yeah, of course, I have to say this. I'm not really trying to dip into the whole hating Megan thing right now, because I know there are a lot of you Megan/Connor fans, but it's just, I totally understand how come Connor had to break up with Megan. I mean, he described it as being violated when Megan tried to make him forget about how upset he was with her by using her abilities in such a way. And he cherished that psychic bond, the feeling of her inside his head, something that they shared together. And I could totally understand. Like, for those of you younger age, please don't listen. It's like when you make love to your significant other. It's something you share very passionately, but very deeply. And when they violate you in the same way, it's heartbreaking. It really is. It's damaging. And I could totally see how that is the grounds for a breakup. Totally. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about whiny emotional shit right now. I'm gonna talk about Young Justice. Let's see. Apparently, we see Aqualad again, and also we see Artemis in uniform again. I was hoping for that. I was hoping that we see the old teammates in their uniforms again, since Wally and Artemis left the life, as they said. But apparently, you don't walk away from the life forever. And I guess Artemis and Wally's relationship is okay. You know, I don't hate Artemis as much as I did Megan. But also seeing her dead, wow, that was very convincing. Even during the first few minutes of the episode, we see her dead. Like, I was freaking out. And also when when Nightwing and Artemis were behind the blast wall on the wrong side, it really, oh my gosh, is this how she's gonna die? She's gonna get caught in the blast and get a heart attack? Like, no, she makes it fine. Or, oh my gosh, the guy pulls out a knife. Is this how she's gonna die? No. It's like you're waiting. It's one of those episodes, you see the person's death, they give you a preview. It's like it's taunting you. It's all you could think about. And apparently we see what happens. I mean, wow. I had a feeling that this might happen, because when they give previews as to how a person dies, obviously it ends up in a way that they don't, or, you know, they just survive. It was faked or something at the last minute, or they figure out something at the last minute that saves them. But apparently, by seeing how convincing her death was, and I'm very impressed by how they pulled it off, but I just keep wondering, how the heck did they pull off the whole, you know, Superboy couldn't hear her heartbeat. How did they pull that off? Unless that wasn't just a paintball or something that Nightwing put on to her shirt, or unless he gave her like a pill or something that reduces her heart rate to undetectable levels. But still, it bugs me. But it was a brilliantly pulled off fake death. And by looking at the face of everybody, wow, that was it. You could pretty much tell that once they find out, like they said, their friends are never gonna forgive them. I mean, seeing your friend's death is not something you want to experience. I know. And once you tell them, and once they find out, they are going to be pissed. Once they tell them that her death was a fake, they are going to be pissed. Or relieved, possibly. And Megan must seriously be going through a lot of stuff. I mean, she lost her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was captured. And she thinks she lost a friend. And I was thinking that Connor might comfort her, but turned out Beast Boy comforted her. Connor, it's still awkward with Megan, very much. But I was so glad to see that Calder really did not go criminal. Like, because it's hard to see, and it turns out that it was all faked, and that this is their own covert plan, their own covert mission to figure out what the Light is planning. I was so glad to see that Calder pretty much is not a criminal. I mean, he had the grounds to be a criminal. He lost Tula, Black Mantis' dad. There are a lot of supporting evidence here. So I was just very glad, because it's hard to see Calder as a villain. He's so moral. That's what I see in him. When I look at him, I see moral. Seeing him as a criminal just freaks my mind. And I just wonder, what did they figure out? And also, it's gonna be so sad that this is gonna be our last episode before Young Justice goes on hiatus. We're not gonna see a new episode for a while, so this is just gonna put up suspense. Now we have two double agents, Calder and Artemis. I wonder how this is gonna turn out. They better put up good episodes if they're gonna put us on a hiatus. Okay, closing arguments. The whole Impulse and Speedy thing, the real Speedy, we just found real Roy Harper, and we have a new teammate, and we're not gonna even show Impulse because I really liked him, but apparently that's just a side story for now, and we're gonna go in depth into it a little bit later. And I was kind of hoping to see Superboy, Impulse, and Robin in the same team, like in the comic books, but apparently we're not gonna get that anytime soon. And it's just bugging me with Speedy because he only has one arm. I just really, really, really want to see what happens. But we're gonna have to wait. So many things to wait for. Impulse on the team, seeing how he interacts with the other teammates. Finding Speedy, what happens when he wakes up and figures out that he only has one arm. And also figuring out what happened to Lagan, or what's gonna happen to him, and also what Artemis and Calder are gonna find out while they're double agents. So much to wait for. This hiatus better be worth it. It better reveal a lot, and I'm damn hoping that the next episode is not a filler, because we need answers. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please comment, please subscribe. Let's make a discussion here. This was a very mind-fucking episode with a huge plot twist here. Oh, it's so much to take in. Okay guys, I'll see you later. Have a nice day and keep enjoying Young Justice, and let's pull through this hiatus together.